What's a childhood memory that almost all of us have? Either trying to step on no cracks or on only cracks on the sidewalk. Your mother's back was in constant jeopardy. Thinking that teenagers are really cool. I remember on my first day of 9th grade, an older teenager with a wispy mustache bumped into me in the cafeteria line, and he said in a shitty British accent, "Excuse me, my good man." And I just thought, man, this place is classy. That dreaded feeling of forgetting your homework. When I'm going through a stressful time, I tend to have a dream where I show up for school and don't know what classroom I'm supposed to be in. I don't have any of my books, I don't know where my locker is, I don't have my homework, and I'm not even sure what grade I'm in. I always get caught in the hall by the same bitchy English teacher, and that's when I realize I forgot to put on pants. Those are bad dreams. Wow, that blew up. Thanks for the award, kind stranger. How the school seemed a different world when you stayed late or had to be there on a weekend. I could definitely run faster if I was in the hallways after school. Or when you saw a teacher outside of school, grocery store, for example, it was always shocking, like a gorilla had escaped the zoo and was doing people things. You were just shocked this person could actually exist outside of the school building. Having a wiggly tooth. Being an adult with no baby teeth left and panicking for a moment when you thought one of them moved. And when it's super wiggly, pushing it out with your tongue and then returning it back to its place, still attached. Our moms leaving us at checkout to look for something, then the cashier starts to scan the items. And the insane amount of anxiety that comes with it. If I ever become a cashier at a supermarket and this happens, I'ma scan the items even faster. Connecting the markers into really long lightsabers. And then trying to swing it and having the entire thing just fall apart in your hands. This just triggered a core memory from the back of the memory vault. Skinning the palms of your hands on the pavement. More especially the lower palms. Either tripping, falling off your bike, falling down in general. That burn and stinging, and the scraps with just a little blood and grime. I fell down for the first time in like I don't even know how long. I scraped my palms and all I could think about was how nostalgic it felt. Edit, the nostalgia came from commonly accidentally falling while having fun as a kid. And my recent fall was not that serious or painful. Please don't get any wrong intentions, scraping your knee and getting gravel embedded in both your knees and palms. Trying to see how the refrigerator light turned off. I figured out how that works when I was around 8, and I'm still proud of that. I was watching my 2.5-year-old trying to figure this out a few days ago. Peers into the fridge while slowly closing the door, then standing inside the fridge. Don't worry, the shelves don't allow him to fit or close the door, trying to close the door with him inside, and finally discovering the little button. He was so happy, pushing that button over and over, grinning like a weirdo. Making friends with other kids at a public pool or playground and never seeing them again. Or a hotel while on vacation. Balancing the light switch between on and off. This was the reason why I got in trouble a lot in preschool. Turning the lights off and on relentlessly until the teacher came over. Climbing up the stairs like a dog. I still do this, or jumping down the full flight of stairs using the handrail to get that extra distance. Kids are fearless, man. Jumping off the swings. When I was in 3rd grade, a kid in my class broke his arm doing that. Good times. Yas, onto the concrete. Who can jump the farthest? Being gifted a small amount of money and thinking you were rich. $20 was a world of possibilities. I still feel this way. Randomly thinking I will remember this moment for the rest of my life, and it's just you staring at a couch or some shit. I specifically remember sitting on the toilet when I was maybe 7 looking at my shorts thinking I was going to remember these shorts and this moment. 25 years later, I remember the moment and Decibel don't remember what the shorts looked like. I thought I was the only one, WTF. Pushing on our eyes until we saw patterns appear. Classic for when school is boring. Never found an explanation for the patterns, and when I mentioned it everyone thought I was insane or on drugs. Watching raindrops racing down a car window and picking a winner. I liked seeing which drop would absorb the most and become the biggest, or if it would get caught in 9 of the little streams of water falling down. Fuck, I still do this. Edit, not fixing it, suffer loser. Yes. Or pretending like a little person is jumping and running along the landscape. Hauling ass upstairs after turning the lights off so whatever the darkness has behind you doesn't eat you alive. One time I remember I felt brave walking back to my room in the dark and not running. Then something spooked my cat, and she sprinted past me and up the stairs like a bat out of hell. All courage disappeared at that moment. The balloon game where it can't touch the floor. Some seriously impressive dives and kicks came out of this game. A few weeks ago our restaurant was completely dead for about 2 hours, so we blew up some latex gloves and played this in the dining room. How different the air felt on the morning of field trips. The smell of the last day of school. The air in the hallways just felt lighter. God, everything was different that morning, wasn't it? The teacher was suddenly wearing different outside clothes. There were a bunch of new adult chaperones. The bus, being able to listen to music on the way, depending on the grade. Field trips were the bestest. Might be an Australian thing, but the smell of hose water when you play outside in the sprinkler in a paddling pool with water balloons or water pistols. Whenever I water the garden for my parents, just reminds me of summer. Good vibes. Yes, or that smell of freshly cut grass and the clippings getting all over your feet as you played in the sprinkler.